Welcome to Rosenheim Bahnhof, located in Bavaria, Germany. Rosenheim Bahnhof is the 7th busiest station in Bavaria, with around 150 regional and long-distance trains serving over 20,000 passengers per day. There's a missing route map over there. Fix that while you're here. There are more route tasks to discover. Make sure to apply the route maps, plant flowers, restock first aid kits, and clear fallen logs. Follow the markers to board your train. Sit down in any available seat in the indicated carriage. The original Rosenheim station, one of the first on the Rosenheim-Kufstein-Innsbruck line, was opened in 1857, but soon proved too small when services expanded to Salzburg in 1860. The station was sold to the city of Rosenheim in 1878, where the city still uses the original building as its council offices today. Architect Jakob Graf created designs for a new, bigger station which began construction in 1873 and opened in 1876. In 1890, work to double-track the line to Salzburg began and was completed in 1895, allowing for 242,000 tons of goods to be transported around the year 1900. In 1944, the railway was destroyed and the entire track system was rebuilt. In 1957, the new station building was opened, as well as mechanical signal boxes being replaced with electromechanical relay signal boxes. Four new stations were recently planned, including upgrading some parts of the track to triple line to allow for the Salzburg S-Bahn to operate. The first station to open was Salzburg Taxum Europark, opening in 2006, with the next station, Salzburg-Liefering, opening in late 2013. Go cross-border and shuttle along the rural, mountainous backdrops of Europe in TrainSim World. Take a trip back to the early 2010s and climb aboard the classic electric BR111. This is TrainSim World, Bahnstrecke, Salzburg, Rosenheim. In this training module, you'll be learning how to drive the DBpbzfa electric locomotive. Climb aboard the loco cab. Sit in the driver's seat. Open the passenger doors to allow boarding. The train is now ready to depart. Set the reverser to forward. This controls the direction of travel. Release the brakes and prepare to depart the station. Power in this locomotive is delivered through a combined tap changer and Z-control lever. This can be used as a traditional tap changer or by using the Z-control to hold the taps. In this training module, you'll be learning to use the tap changer. Set the throttle to run up and the traction motors will gradually apply power. Coasting, move the throttle to the off position. This will stop any power being applied through the tap changer. Coasting is a method used to efficiently maintain speed and reduce motor stress and maintenance requirements. Keeping to speed limits is important. If you begin overspeeding, apply a small amount of braking force by moving the brakes into the braking range. The BR111 is the successor to the BR110, designed to allow for faster speeds on passenger services thanks to its new bogie design, improving on comfort and speed. The first unit was built in December 1974 at the Krauss-Maffei workshop. In the next 10 years, a further 226 locomotives were built. The train's 4 electric motors supply 3,720 kilowatts, or 4,990 horsepower, and allow for speeds of up to 160 kilometers per hour, or 100 miles per hour. Approaching the station. Begin applying a small amount of braking force by moving the brakes into the braking range. Nice job. The train has safely come to a stop. You can now open the doors. Good work. That concludes all the basics of operating this train. In this training module, you'll be taken through the operation of a 766.2 DBpbzfa DB. Insert the reverser handle to begin. Unlock the brakes with the brake key to allow braking to be controlled from this cab. Set the reverser to forward. This controls the direction of travel. For this introduction, you'll be driving the train a short distance and performing passenger operations. Open the passenger doors to allow boarding. You will first need to select which side the doors will open on. Now you have the side selected, use the door release switch. Close the doors before departure. Now you can apply power and get moving. Now you've built up some speed, you can return the throttle to the off position to begin coasting. Coasting is a method used to efficiently maintain speed and reduce motor stress and maintenance requirements. You're approaching the station. Begin applying a small amount of braking force by moving the brakes into the braking range. Nice job. The train has safely come to a stop. You can now open the doors. In this training module, you'll be learning how to drive this ÖBB 4024 electric multiple unit. For this introduction, you'll be driving the train a short distance and performing passenger operations. The ÖBB 4024, also known as the Talent, is manufactured by Bombardier and entered service in 2004. The name Talent is an acronym in German for Talbot Leichter Nahverkehrstriebwagen, meaning Talbot Light Suburban Railcar. The ÖBB 4024 is a 4-car unit with top speed of 140 km per hour. Set the reverser to forward. This controls the direction of travel. Set the headlights to indicate that this train is operational. Insert the train brake handle. First, release the brakes applied by the train brake handle. Open the passenger doors to allow boarding. The DBpbzfa 4024 is part of Bombardier's Talent series of multiple units, manufactured by Bombardier Talbot. More than 300 Talent series vehicles have been produced and have seen use in more than 7 different countries. Close the doors before departure. To release the brakes and apply power, push the handle away from you. Now you've built up some speed, you can return the master controller to the off position to begin coasting. Coasting is a method used to efficiently maintain speed and reduce motor stress and maintenance requirements. Keeping to speed limits is important. If you begin overspeeding, apply a small amount of braking force by moving the master controller into the braking range. You're approaching the station. Begin applying a small amount of braking force by moving the master controller into the braking range. Nice job. The train has safely come to a stop. You can now use the passenger door controls to open the doors. Close the doors and drive to the next station unguided. Good work. That concludes all the basics of operating this train. In this training module, you'll be taken through the operation of a BR185.2 electric locomotive. During this brief introduction, you will cover the critical driving controls and freight operations. When you're ready, climb aboard to get started. Take a seat in the driver's position. This is where you'll be spending most of your time. For this introduction, you'll be driving the locomotive a short distance and coupling to a short freight train. To activate the control desk, insert the reverser handle. Set the reverser. This controls the direction of travel. Set the headlights to let others around us know this locomotive is operational. The locomotive is now ready to go. Use the throttle to apply some power to get moving.
Zugbeeinflussung. Zugbeeinflussung.
Coasting is a method used to efficiently maintain speed and reduce motor stress and maintenance requirements. Keeping to speed limits is important. If you begin overspeeding, apply a small amount of braking force using the train brake. This train is part of the Bombardier Trax family, a modular platform of diesel and electric locomotives that come in both passenger and freight variations. More than 1,800 locomotives of this family have been sold throughout Europe and are now in use in 17 different countries. The BR185.2, part of the Trax 2 family, is known for the noticeable scale it plays when accelerating from 0 to 16 km per hour. This locomotive can produce 5,600 kilowatts or 7,500 horsepower and has a maximum operational speed of 140 km per hour.
Türfreigabe. Türfreigabe.
The freight wagons are behind you. Change direction with the reverser, then change the junction indicated either by walking over to it or using the map. The junction is correctly aligned and you can now couple up to the freight. Come to a stop once your locomotive gently touches the wagons. You can couple and uncouple from either an external camera or on foot. Let's connect the formation using the external camera. Now connect the locomotive to the freight. Return back to the first-person camera. Nice work. Change direction with the reverser and move the train forward into the indicated siding.
Türfreigabe. Türfreigabe. Türfreigabe.
You can couple and uncouple from either an external camera or on foot. Uncouple from the wagons on foot this time. That's it for this introduction. Well done.